Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. I coach in audio exchange, in Zoom sessions, as well as telephone sessions. In either scenario, 2 to 3 times per week, I interact with all of my clients, regardless of which package you choose. If you need to make up your mind after watching several of my videos/audios, you can book an hour with me. And in that hour, you get to ask me anything you want. You get to tell me about your story. But ultimately, upon concluding that hour, you need to make up your mind which package is right for you. And I do recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me in order for you to complete my coaching program in earnest. Now, it might take you longer. It might just take you 2 months. But on average, 2 to 3 months is minimum. All right. After those 2 to 3 months, you will never need another coach again. You will know exactly what to do going forward in your life, and you will never be left in doubt. Even if something comes up, first of all, you can always reach out to me for a quick touch-up of an hour conversation. But you will have all the recordings because I record everything in my coaching. The phone sessions are recorded, the Zoom sessions are recorded, and obviously the audio exchange is always also recorded. In other words, I realize this is an investment, but this is an investment to completely transform your life for better and for good, and you walk away with a plethora of material that will last you a lifetime. In order to be in coaching with me, you need to pre-book, whether hour or the monthly, sign the coaching agreement and reach out to me in order to schedule the first telephone session. I do not have it on my website because my schedule is crazy and constantly changing. So you have to reach out to me to schedule the first hour. All right. Also, for those who are new, please subscribe. I would love to spread the message to as many people as I can that manifestation is actually effortless. And so, in fact, the subject of today is how to create faster and more effortlessly. If you've been on my channel, you understand that I, in fact, say all the time that manifestation in and of itself is really easy. What is not so easy and what is a challenge, okay, for every single one of us, irregardless of where you are on the trajectory of your journey, is getting to know yourself, okay, know thyself, and understand what you need to work on. Okay, it doesn't exist. No such person exists or ever has existed or will ever exist in the history of humankind that has no problems and has nothing to work on. Okay, at some point, everybody can benefit definitely from the help of a life coach in some capacity, some kind of a mentor, because it just takes a lot less time, mind you, okay? For example, 2 to 3 months, or even if it's a 6-month situation in coaching, is a lot less time spent versus years of wondering how to correct a certain pattern, okay? And so, in fact, correcting the pattern is your main objective in any situation that you are involved in at the moment, whether that's the SP situation, whether that's the money situation, whatever your story is right now. And so the number one situation that you are faced with in life is getting to know your energy, your own energy, because chances are you've picked up from your mom, from your dad, from whoever along the way of becoming who you are today, things that literally do not belong to you. They are borrowed. And so the advantage of getting to know who you really are and what your energy really consists of, okay, is really how you become an effortless manifester. Because right now, I bet you money that you're pretending to be somebody you are not. Yes, even that SP that you've created in your life, okay, is a product of something that you learned, that you have to do, have to endure in some cases, okay, for those of you who have been in abusive or are still in abusive and toxic relationships, okay. Now, parenthesis here, there's something that I really want to say here is that, look, I help people bring back their SPs. What I really do though, okay, is I really focus on bringing you back to you. And that's a lot more important to me than any fucking SP under the sun. Okay, so SP my ass. That's the least of your worries. What I really am focused on in my coaching is you. You are my job. And if you leave my coaching becoming a better version of yourself, that I consider my job done. Okay, because of the fact that you will come to your own conclusions. I never push you to make certain conclusions, but you will arrive to those conclusions yourself, where certain behaviors you will no longer accept from people. Now, somebody commented recently on my channel, excuse me, and people love regurgitating the situation of everybody's you pushed out and how you should take the blame. This is not what I teach. First of all, Neville, which I'm sure when he was speaking these words, did not realize that there are going to be like thousands upon thousands coaches wannabes, okay, really hard wannabes, who are going to be parroting this back, not understanding at all what he meant, okay, and really robotically repeating this and completely misconstruing his words, okay. You really need to start, first of all, the coaches out there, all right, you really need to start understanding that you need to put in your own 2 cents in order to be named a coach. That's one. Number two, what that really means is, yes, your consciousness creates, you can say it a lot easier rather than making these abbreviations. And two, there is no blame involved. My idea in my coaching is that you need to understand, like I said, your energy. And if there's something extraneous from other experiences that literally you've been conditioned to think in a certain way of yourself, then yeah, you might produce some things that you might not like. Does not mean that you have to endure that or blame yourself. That is absolutely catastrophic and totally counterproductive and absolutely fucking stupid, okay? Ideally, what you should take away when you're realizing what your energy is really made of is what you will accept into your world and what you will not. Okay, so when I always say give people back their bullshit and stop dealing with this energy, is exactly that. Get to know your energy so you have a clear demarcation what is yours and what is not yours. And can I tell you, when you deal with these societal bullshit shit situations, like I'm supposed to be this way, married by this time, I'm not supposed to be single this long, and things are supposed to happen this way and the other way, fuck all that shit. You're on your own journey doing your own thing, and your number one priority really should be to get to know yourself so that you ultimately become the master manifestor, master magician, and create so instantaneously and effortlessly that other people, it's like their heads are spinning, like, how the fuck did you learn how to do this, okay? And in order to achieve this state, you really have to make it okay, however long it takes you to arrive there. Not beat yourself up, not blame yourself, okay? Not repeat like a parrot these stupid affirmations or whatever the fuck else, people teach out there, but really invest lovingly, self-care, in a very self-respectful, self-care way, time into understanding yourself, because that is who creates your reality. Don't you think it would be of paramount importance to get to know the one fucking person who's creating your reality? I bet you money it is. So instead of obsessing about your SP or the money even, or whatever the fuck else is going on in your life, get to know what's going on inside your mind, get to know what's going on inside your energy, okay? And I teach people energy work in my coaching, which I cannot do obviously on my channel because, well, first of all, it's part of my coaching. Secondly, it's impossible to teach it unless it's one-on-one. And so being your own creator, making it okay exactly where things are, and finding peace, arriving at this juncture, okay? This is exactly your goal. Ready? Finding peace, however things are right now in the moment. And for some people it might take some time, obviously. I'm not asking you to force it or try to feel something that you cannot possibly do right now. But the journey is to this destination of being at peace. Okay, whatever is happening, find that peace with or without your SP, with or without the money. No need to be desperate, no need to be, chasing and doing all these things, but just the realization, the knowing, the profound download that you should experience of I am the God of my reality. I am what is happening. I am what's going to be outpictured on the screen of my space. I am the ruler of my reality. I'm the golden Buddha. So my concern solely day in and day out is what's going on with me. Not in a narcissistic way, not like I don't give a fuck about anybody else and I'm not going to be kind and caring towards other people. No. But at the same time, I have to say that 99% of people who come into my coaching, they've taken it so overboard caring about other people and becoming so empathic towards other people. They have no room and no time left for themselves. And it's completely, it needs to be reversed. You need to dedicate most of the time on yourself. And yes, of course, give back, help, be a nice partner, la, la, la. However, you need to start with you. Otherwise, you have nothing to give. You don't have the energy with which you can create instantaneously. Okay? And so if you can arrive to this juncture where you feel at peace, you're not chasing, you're not desperate, it's completely becomes something completely foreign to you, to be honest. Okay? Why the fuck would you need to chase or be desperate for something if all it takes is a decision? And if you're familiar with my teachings of parallel realities, is that your desire, whatever you come up with, whether that's a SP coming back, an apology, this, that, and the other, or receiving something in the mail, or whatever it is, a different outcome of the situation, whatever it is, it already exists. And so your job is to really understand this energy of that parallel reality in which you're already living out this outcome. You have the money, you have the clients, you have the answer that you want, you have the outcome that you want. Okay, but if you don't have peace and understanding that you is all that matters in your universe, and again, not in a narcissistic way, but in a very knowing and completely being one with your universe and understanding how it really works way, you cannot achieve this. Because why? You have it backwards. You think that it's going to come from the outside. You think your SP exists on the outside without you. No such thing. Okay, this is why changing people is actually quite easy if you can change them on the inside of your mind. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a narcissist or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But the problem is you concern yourself way too much what they're doing as if they're not part of you. Everything is a part of you. If there's the easiest way to explain to you how to manifest quickly and effortlessly is this: get it once and for all that nothing happens without your involvement. And subsequent to that, get to know yourself. Because again, you need to understand who the fuck creates your reality. And if the answer is you, which obviously and of course, then you need to get to know the most important person in your reality, you, and what's going on in their mind. And so I remember reading this book, The 7 Laws of Creation, I think it's called. I forget what it's, 7 Laws something by Deepak Chopra. And I was like 21 back then, and this was so over my head. But I wanted to basically semi-quote him and say that when he's talking about creation, he says, just enter the realm of all potentialities, right? And for me, it was so weirdly sounding back then that I did not understand what the fuck he was saying to me. Like, it was almost like if somebody was starting to explain to me, like, quantum physics back then, etc. But now I really understand. It's like you're presented with all the parallel realities right here, right now. Okay, and in that peaceful state you have to arrive to, in that peace that you find within of knowing exactly who you are, all the answers, all the possibilities, all the realities are available to you right here, right now. Therefore, you're not begging, you're not chasing, you're not pleading, you're not convincing anybody but yourself. You don't have to convince anybody but yourself. Even you don't really have to convince all that much, because if it really clicks in with you that this is exactly how reality is constructed and there's no getting away from it, then there's nothing to convince of, right? So if you've been taught otherwise, you need to kind of like restructure your understanding of what's what in life, okay? And maybe finally train your brain to think in these correct terms rather than the incorrect ones before. And so in this peaceful state, you enter the sea of all potentialities, just like Deepak would say, and you drop in a thought. I want an apology. I want that sum of money. I want $1 million. I want this life. Okay, never settle, parenthesis here. Okay, again, if you're unhappy, if you really would rather not pick at this SP based on how they've treated you, and that's it, you don't have to. Get your apology and keep it moving. Okay, get the best that there is. If you want a house, go for the dream house. If you want that money, really, how much would really make you happy? Not just to like have enough, no, way more than enough, right? So listen, if you're going to carve out a dream life, spend some time on something that is worth carving out, okay? Otherwise, it's just like, why, you know? It has to be exciting, it has to be nurturing, it has to be something that you cannot wait to get up in the morning for and start your day. I get up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. You know why? Not because I'm a morning person, no way. Because I love my life and I love my projects, and because I really can't wait to get up. Like, I cannot go back to sleep. I open my eyes at 4 o'clock in the morning. I cannot go back to sleep. Now, between you and I, sorry if my voice went down the toilet right there. Between you and I, sometimes I do take naps. I have to, because I have a crazy schedule. However, you need to be really elevated but what it is you do day in and day out. And if it's not you today, you need to get into my coaching and I'll explain to you how vital this is, how your energy will change, and how you owe yourself, okay, right here, right now, wherever you are, again, in the trajectory of your self-development, to really understand that, yes, you can create fast and you can create effortlessly, but it starts with you. And I don't care how long it has been with your SP or with money, drama, trauma, panorama. I don't care. You can change it in a very short amount of time if you know how to maneuver it. It's just like if you're given a piece of machinery, you have no fucking clue how to work it, and somebody instructs you and shows you how to do it, and then you understand how to do it, you can do it in a shorter amount of time. And at some point, you honestly will arrive to this conclusion that I have arrived to many times over. At some point, you will be like, wow, this is so easy, it's almost boring. It really is that easy that it's almost boring, but the universe is so on your side. It wants you to realize that you don't need to struggle, you don't need to chase, you don't need to beg, plead, or any of that, because it does feel so horrible. The universe wants you to vibrate your own authentic energy to inspire others. You might think that you're this little fucking person over here in the corner of this universe, but you actually affect everybody around you. And the best way to affect everybody around you is by, first of all, showing them by example that everything is easy, but to also energetically affect the rest of the world by being the better version of yourself. And then you are left in no doubt how to create effortlessly and easily and as fast as you want to. But most importantly, okay, you find that peace within. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.